The clock strikes 12, I step into the haze. Whispers call me from 1,000 graves. Shadows dance in corners out of sight. I chase the unknown deep into the night. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown. A flicker, a chill, a shadowed hand. The unseen lingers where I stand. Through creaking doors and empty halls, I hear the echoes of forgotten calls. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown. And the eyes that watch from a place unreal, a touch so cold it makes you feel they're near but hidden, veiled in shade. I walk with ghosts, I'm unafraid. I hunt the fear you dare not face. In the darkness I embrace the trace. The dead, they speak their secrets shown. Welcome to the bizarre and the unknown.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Campfire Chats with Eric and guest. I'm your host, E.D. Testerman. How's everybody doing today? Man, I tell you, I've been busier than a hiccup today. Was feeling pretty good. Now I'm back to hurting again, but got up, got the living room almost clean, was shampooing the carpets and didn't like the outcome of the first shampoo, so I went through and shampooed it again and got halfway through it and went, oh crap, I've got a show to do here in a little bit. So I had to hop in there and I haven't eaten yet. So I hopped in there and made some homemade ham salad, put it on Rad's crackers, was in here eating that as I was getting the show ready. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, Jonaside. Campfire Chats is a place for you to share your encounters. If you got anything you want to share, you let me know. If you want to come on live, I'll bring you on live. If you want to just talk about it in chat, we'll talk about it in chat. And I've had let's just say I've had one interesting report and two interesting things happen this last few days, all stemming from Thursday until 2:30 this morning. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. But, as always, I want to hear your guys' encounters and your guys' stories of anything. Anything you may have happened to you this last week that you'd like to share, or something you haven't shared before yet that you want to share. That's what we're here for. We're just good friends hanging around a campfire, having a good time. You know, that's what this is all about. But I'll give a few minutes, see if anybody's got anything they want to share until we talk about the weirdness that I've been through. But needs to say my shampoo, or at least my carpet's shampooed now. I got to being like a autistic kid in a candy store because I'd get some cleaning done, then I'd stop cleaning it to clean something else, and I stopped cleaning that to clean something else. So I didn't get it all done. I got about 3/4 away done. But I did. I shampooed my carpet once, and I was like, "Damn, this water's still kind of dirty." So I went through and shampooed it again, and I had halfway through rinsing it on the second try, and I went, "Oh crap, I gotta get things ready." Yeah, yeah, Amy, it's that's how it was. I mean, my hands hurting a little bit today from it, because hey David, I always run mine slow, so when I'm shampooing and I'm pulling that shampooer back, I'm going as slow as I can go so I can get a good scrub and clean on it. And haven't been able to do it in a while, so it was pretty bad. I'm kicking around it. Now I don't use shampoo um, cleaner from the store. I make my own. I use Dawn dish soap and fabric softener, and I mix it together. That's how I make my shampoo solution, carpet shampoo solution. Not only does it make the carpet smell better, but the carpets are way softer. So if you guys do your own shampooing of your carpets, keep that in mind. I usually fill about an eighth of the bottom of my soap dispenser side, about with Dawn dish soap, and rest with fabric softener, and I shake it up in there, and it flat cleans the carpet and makes it smell good, and it's a fraction of the cost of what them store bought shampooer solutions are. So I don't know if anybody else does that or not, but I shampoo my own. Doesn't look like anybody's got anything they're sharing. So yeah, I was going to lodge. Well, I was going to town early. Had to buy an alternator for my car Thursday. And oh, never mind. We got Kyle said saw a UFO come straight down as fast as a meteor, come to a quick dead stop, pause there, then slowly descended on a 30-degree angle. Holy cow, Kyle, that's cool. Where's that at? There's been a lot of UFO stuff going on lately. I like that. I've seen UFOs all over this world, man. So I love hearing UFO stories just as much as I do ghosts, supernatural, or cryptids. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I ain't never seen it descend like a rocket or like a meteor. Now I've seen it shoot up into the sky like a rocket. I've seen that. East Tennessee 3 years ago. Oh, wow, dude. Hell yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that, Call. I love hearing that stuff. Yeah, I've seen all different types of shapes doing all kinds of different stuff. UFOs are they're cool. In my mind, they're cool. I like them. Um, Anyways, alternator went out on my car, so I've been having to charge the battery up every night, and I can usually make it to town and back home before I got to stick it back on the charger. And Springfield is a good 45, 50-minute drive from where I live, but I can usually make it to Springfield and back home on one charge. But so I had left early because I had lodge. I'm master of the lodge again, so I can't miss lodge. So I left early, went to town, got the alternator, ended up spending more money than I originally told it was going to cost me. And as I'm going to town, I get a phone call from my buddy. And now I thought he was there with this guy. Come to find out, it was another friend of his that was with him when the guy was telling the story. So there's some things that was mixed up, but I do have them clarified tonight. It sounds like I will be getting in touch with this guy soon. Off my back porch whilst I was releasing some pressure. Marking the territory. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of what I see around here is orb style. I call them orb styles. There's the ball of lights that dance around way the hell up in the night sky. But so this guy not too far from me. Hey, no, my friend was telling me the stories what it was. I'm sorry, I'm getting some couple things mixed up. That's why I paused there for a second. It's like, wait, nope, I got something mixed up. I got a report mixed up. So my friend called me, said, "Hey man, I got this guy. Sounds like he wants you to come out and find out what's going on." I said, "Okay, tell me what's happening." And so and he he had some chickens that came up missing, and so he thought it was foxes. Set out some fox traps and went out there to check the fox traps, and ran into this figure that's somewhere between 9 and 10 foot tall. And he said the best way he can describe it, it was like almost like a human ape combo with long canines and a long tail. I was like, well, my first instance was that's a werecat. Um, but I was really confused on it because of the what this creature looked like, and it had a tail. Because it's like, wait, never mind. If it looks like a cross between a human and an ape, that's going to be a Bigfoot, but it's got a tail. So I was like, okay, well, maybe Gugwe or Genosqua. I mean, there's very, very, very few reports of them having tails. I said, but I'm not convinced. Werecat is from Mesoamerican, Amy. The same thing as your SWs, your Celtic werebeasts. It's the same procedures, same, everything's the same. It's just known something different in a different land. Celts used to do that stuff. They, same as your, hey, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. Um, Same as your Ophanar and your Berserkers from Norse mythology. I mean, all that stuff. It's the same principle. So I was like, okay, well, maybe he caught it transforming into the werecat or from werecat to human when he ran across it, and that would explain the humanness and ape-like lookingness to it. So that was my first thought. Sounds to me like you're dealing with the werecat, which we've had. Hey, Mountie, which we've had werecat encounter here, not far from here, um, and it was by a forest ranger that had ran into it, and actually not far from Roxanne either, is where this had happened at, and so now we're getting that up here. I mean, and that was my first thought was werecat. So the more we talked, and about the time, I got about halfway to Springfield, it dawned on me. I was like, I bet it could be a troll. Because I got to thinking that would fit the description really good with being a human / ape combination with canines and a tail. I said, I bet that's a troll. I was like, man, you ever notice that we're creatures are all predators? Oh, we're creature all. Sometimes, yes, yeah. That's a general side of it. Genocide, yeah. A lot of times they were used for battle than they were as it being predators. But because of that predator nature, that was no. You know what? I'm sorry, Roxanne. It wasn't close to you. Never mind. It'd be closer to DA. Uh, Anyways, that's why they were so good in battle. So, but yeah, so there is a kind of combination between those two genocide, but a lot of your Celts and your Nordic people, they use that transformation for battle, which was a lot of them. Then you got the curse side of it. A lot of them were cursed, and they were used to do some bad things to bad people. Sometimes they chose that curse. Sometimes they did not choose that curse. I mean, it really just depends on who's doing it, what the story is by how they became a were creature. So, anyways, I was confused. I was like, man, I really think this is a werecat, but it could be a troll. So I called two people, one of them William, the other one DA. I was like, hey, I'm not going to tell you my theory on what I just got called on this report. And we were mistaken. I thought he was a forensics guy. He wasn't. He's a anthropologist. He was an anthropologist, not a forensics. I was under the impression he was a forensics. He's not. He was a anthropologist. Is who this guy was. And both of them said the first thing that I said: "Werecat." It's just love coffee. Yeah. Before. um, so that's got me thinking that could be what we're dealing with. Now, there's also a connection there that I started thinking about later on, and that's the Moon Valley connection. Now, with all the South Americans that came across the border, the fact that we're starting to have werecat encounters here, I believe, is tied to that, because even though there was werecats in Celtic mythology, most of your encounters of werecats in Mesoamerica, jaguar, panthers, whatever type, even generational saber-toothed tiger pelts handed down from time to time was used in creating these werecats in Mesoamerica. So the fact that we had one south of us, about an hour and 20-minute drive, somewhere within that time frame, is where this first attack happened, or first incident happened. And now you got this going on at this gentleman's property. Now he lives out in the middle of nowhere, not far from me. This creature's never caused him any harm. It's never threatened him. It stole some chickens. It brought him back a snap neck of a yearling deer and laid it on his porch one day. Kind of, I guess, a peace offering for saying, "Hey, I'm sorry I stole your chickens. I was hungry. I've got some game now. I want to give you this in place of the chickens that I stole." And that seems to be something that happens a lot with cryptids. Well, I asked him about tracks, and he said the ground was too hard to get any. So I'm getting set up where I can go talk to the gentleman face to face, and I can also get a look at the land. So that's what I'm working on right now, which sounds like I might be able to, because he really wants to know what he's dealing with, but he doesn't want anything bad to happen to it because it hasn't done anything to him. So a lot is going to determine on what I find is what we need to approach with the situation. Roxanne, I can and I can't. It really depends on the demeanor of the person, if that makes sense. I really think the demeanor of the person is going to play on how these things react with other people. This gentleman never pulled a gun, never done a threatening thing to it, never tried to do any harm to it. So I can see it going, "Hey, this guy's not going to try to hurt me. I feel bad for stealing his chickens. Here we go." Oh, that's so nice. I hope you don't unalive Eric, and hope it will be okay. Yeah, that is not what I do. I don't go out looking to unalive these things. I want to study them and I want to learn them. Are water cats dangerous? There is instances with the Spaniards, with some native people, white man that's encountered werecats and had a very negative outcome, but there's also a lot of encounters where they didn't. So once again, with the Spaniards, it was all negative from the Spaniards. Well, they were trying to take over the country. So I can see why they were having negative encounters with these werecats. Native Americans, it really just depends on what they were doing to the South Americans at the time. Hey, Corey, on if they had a good encounter or a bad encounter, same as the white man. So, yes, werecats can be dangerous. Absolutely, they can be dangerous. But I got a feeling I don't think they are all the time unless they're pushed to it. And that's just my theory. I don't know. I don't have enough evidence to give a a more solid answer than that. I can just go off of my theory and knowing how people are and what was going on when these encounters had happened. Yeah, I agree, Benny. I do. I think it has to do a lot with who you are inside. If you're a bad person, that's going to personify out in a negative way towards people. At the same time, if you're trying to protect your home and your country, is that necessarily a negative encounter? Well, to the people who's trying to take over the country, yeah. To the people you're trying to save, no. So it's half a dozen of one and 50 of the other. Um, it really just depends on what you're doing. So anyways, I get that. I'm trying to get set up, and like I said, I still don't know 100% what it is. I'm leaning towards Werecat, a shapeshifter of some style is what I'm leaning at. Okay, thank you, William. Um, Now, the interesting thing is I'm leaving Lodge and I'm coming home. I had plugged my car, and when I got my alternator, the batteries running low. I went to a friend's house, charged my car up for an hour before I went to Lodge. Got to Lodge, plugged my car in, was charging it during Lodge. And when I left, I was at 79% on my battery. So I was like, I should have enough to get home. So I'm heading home. I get on the highway. I call my buddy who was telling me the report. And as I'm passing, this is a location that I'm getting ready to do a paranormal investigation on. It's called Union Camp Cemetery. Now, I, like many others, thought it was tied to the Civil War. The only thing tied to this cemetery, besides the name, to the Civil War was it was created during that time. Union Camp was actually a church camp called Union Camp, and that was their camp or the cemetery. So that's why it's called Union Camp Cemetery. Alternators, yeah, Amy, they are. Even with my discount, it was over $200. It was going to be even more than that before the discount. Boone County cryptids. When I hear Boone County, the rest of the sentences mating called and shake a pill ball. Hell yeah, man. So, anyways, I'm heading home. I'm on the phone. I'm getting a few things cleared up on the encounter. I go pass by that cemetery. All of a sudden, I can hear my buddy on the phone, but he couldn't hear me. And I seen something out of my corner of my eye, and I turned to the right and look, and right there on the shoulder of 65 highway was this very large black thing hunched over, sitting on the shoulder. And oh, did I miss something? Oh, I forgot to turn that on vibrate. No, okay. Never paid more than $75. You're lucky. I was mad when I was buying them for $75 on. Now they're $214 plus dollars. It's from the documentary. It's called The Wild and the Wonderful Whites of the West. Okay. So I'm like, what the hell? And I just seen it for a split second. It looked like this big old massive black thing hunched over, sitting on the shoulder of 65 highway, north of Springfield, just right on the outside of Springfield. And it was hunched over. But it was just so weird that my phone was working, but it wasn't working. So my buddy hung up because he thought something had happened. And I called him back and my phone was working fine. What was that? Reman, I believe. I could be wrong. I think it was Reman. What? See, didn't they take an alternator trade? Yes, it was $45. I got $45 back. It's still around $200. Still over $100 more than what I was originally told. Um, yeah. No, you stay off my keyboard. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was. I got it put in yesterday. Okay, I told you no. Stay off my keyboard. Now you're gonna listen. You're being a butt today. What is your problem, Elvira? You have been in one of them moods the last couple of days, honey. Learn to listen. You know you're not supposed to be on that keyboard. Um. Oh, no worries. No worries. Yeah, I just got it. Let me take a look. I'll show it to him. That don't like kind of fits the description, but not completely. I'll show it to him and see what he says, bro. Um, so I thought that was weird, and I'm like, okay, we got a cemetery. I've got a large black mass hunched over on the edge of the road. I was like, I wonder if this is a dog man. Uh, I was like, I wonder if that's something I'm going to have to look at, even though this is a Christian cemetery. I wonder if this is something I'm going to have to look at whenever. Yeah, Amy, she's being a little pain in the butt. Igumu, okay. I'll run that picture by him when I talk to him, see if that's what it was. It looks on some parts of it, yeah, it looks like the description. Quite a bit of it, it doesn't. So we'll make sure. Don't pet that dog. Uh, yeah, I don't want to pet that dog. Well, I might want to pet that dog. If that dog's friendly, can I pet that dog? If that dog ain't friendly, don't pet that dog. Um, so that's why I was wondering if that was a dog man I'd seen. It was just some strange coincidence why my phone wasn't working at the time. I don't know. Is it tied together? I don't know. Um, I all that I can't tell you. I cannot tell you why, but it's just weird how all that stuff happened at one time. Yes, that looked like a mandrill slash cat on all fours. Okay, it could be. Like I said, I'll show him. I'll show him, William. But so I'm like, okay, that's. Hey, Joanne, I was like, that happened to between the weird stuff I've had going on here, and then somebody not far from me having something happen, and now I've got this black mass right next to a cemetery, or right next to a highway, and it's one of the busiest highways we got in this area. 65 highway and I-44 are the two big. We got the interstate I-44 and we got highway 65. That connects the north to the south and the east to the west. A lot of shady stuff goes up and down them roads because it goes north and south, and east and west. So, I was talking to DA, and he's like, I wonder, and this is something I was thinking, but I didn't want to give power to it. But I was thinking this, and he goes, I wonder if all this is tied to Moon Valley, because this weird stuff we had going on here, what this gentleman had encountered, we're both not far from Moon Valley. I have a box of Usna to send you. Oh, okay. Need an address. Don't have you to be yours. Just pull the package from. Okay. Hey, Roxanne, can you? Well, I think I remember the code. Give me a second. Oh, thank you. Never mind. Oh, yeah. That should be the code. See if it'll work on my end with my internet being the way it is. There it goes. Thanks, Roxanne. There you go. Yep, there you go, Amy. Oh, oh, you need Williams. Okay. Phew. Oh, dude, come on. What is up with you, man? You get sprayed by a skunk again, so you're not allowed to sleep in the bed or be anywhere else. Finally get to smelling good, and then you turn around and get sprayed by a skunk again last night. Now you're farting up the office. My gosh. Yeah, I think so too. I didn't see that till after. Sorry about that. But so to lead on to that, early this morning, about 2:30 this morning, I finally got around where I was going to bed. So I'm letting the dogs back in, and I heard a strange howl that I've not heard around here in a very, very, very long time. Now, a human can definitely make this style howl. Not as good as this howl was, but very close to it. I mean, I can't deny that. I can't leave that. Yeah, this is the third time now in a month this little dude just got out there and played with skunks and got sprayed. Uh, okay, there you go. So I'm going to try to imitate this howl the best I can, and it's not a oh, it's not that howl. It's a ow howl. I mean, it was very much like that, but a lot more louder and a lot more powerful. So I wasn't calling you skunk dog. Lay down. I wasn't calling you. I was making no, I was making references. No, I nine. Stopa. Nine. Come heats. Seats. Stein. Stay. Stay. Nine. 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 Listen. Sorry. Dealing with skunk dog here. I get to howling and he just goes nuts. But this was to the south of me. Now, if memory, I forgot to load this up. Let me pull this up while I'm telling the story. I meant to look this up earlier and I got caught cleaning and forgot. My first thought when I heard this was an Ozark howler. Like I said, I have not heard this in a very long time. Okay. So yeah, that's from April 12th to 2017. Let me get over here and upload this real quick, then I'll finish this. I've played this on before when I've done an Ozark Howler episode. So let me load this up. As it's loading, I'll continue talking. I'll get back to your comments in a moment. Now, last year, there was an Ozark Howler not far from me, about 20, 25 minutes from where I'm at to the west of where I'm at. So, and I've heard this howl before. Like I said, a human can make that sound. I did it. But we can't make it nearly as defined or as powerful as what I heard last night. Um, Sorry, my internet's running low, so it's taking a little while to load us up. I will get to you guys' comments here in just a moment. Hey, Jeff. So is that what I'm dealing with? Am I dealing with an Ozark Howler? Or with everything else going on, is this something else? And this is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to get this figured out of what exactly is going on out here and if it's tied to Moon Valley or not. So, gosh dang, this thing's taking forever to upload. It's at 2.38. You know what? I am going to do this differently because this is going to take forever to download. So, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to pull this up and just turn the volume up on my deal here. Let me get to these comments for a second here. Hey, Gerald. One employee we're missing here now. Ooh, yeah. Dude, ginger. Yeah, ginger mint and hard candy. Hell yeah. I always made homemade cough syrup. I get the strongest spirits that I can get, mix it thick with honey, lemon juice, and ground ginger. Okay. So now I'm caught up on the chats. Let me go back in here. Get this set up. It's got a 4x16 on it. Hell yeah. Oh, Garfield, that's some harsh stuff, but I mix raw ginger. When I'm feeling sick, I mix ground up ginger in with stuff because the ground up ginger is the key elements to getting rid of a lot of that nasty stuff in your body. Okay, let me start this from the beginning. Listen in the background. You guys ready? Here we go. That is very, very, very long howl. Now I hear that type of howl quite often out here, but it wasn't exactly what I heard the other night or early this morning. Um, I like raw onions with a tiny bit of salt and garlic like that. Also, yeah, yeah. When I made my homemade ham salad, I put a couple tablespoons of chopped up garlic in it. Oh, you could, Amy? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that howl was so long. Now, the one early this morning literally was very much like, ah, and then a few seconds later, ah, I mean, it was very similar to that right there. So I was like, okay, this is different. I mean, yeah, I've heard this. I think the last time I've heard that type of howl has been 6, 10 years. It's been about 6 or 10 years since I've heard that type of howl out here. But with the recent Ozark Howler sightings, am I dealing with that? Or am I dealing with something that's been going on around here with them strange guttural female screams attacking coyotes, um, werecats being spotted? Do I have something else here? And that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. So, yeah, yeah, it's weird. It is. You got Wolfman Jack, and yeah, but it honestly, that's the best ways I can describe that hell last night. I mean, I don't know. I really I've never been able to figure out the source of that howl, but it's just weird how all this stuff is going on. A lot of this stuff, weird stuff, is going on here lately. Now I haven't been attacked by anything. Yeah, I had, a couple weekends ago, I had a dark energy come after me. That happens from time to time. But we're getting these shapeshifter like creatures showing around. So now, do I got a werewolf and a werecat? Do I got an Ozark Howler? Do I have a dog man? Which I do think a couple things has been happening between last winter and what started up here is dog man related. That one lone wolf howl is back. No, not yet, Cox. Not anything that I haven't showed already. I've not got no. Well, I haven't checked today. That's a good question, Cox. Let me check my game cam today. See, because I haven't checked them today. I don't remember if I checked them yesterday. See if thing new is popped up or not. Okay, so I got 3 new hits. Okay, there is something large and black running through the woods. Oh, I hit the wrong spot. Try again. Okay, never mind. That's a deer. Okay, so that's a deer. I finally got a better look at it. That was a deer. What? Hold on. No way. No kidding, Amy. I just got what looks like a spider web in front of my webcam. But it's dancing. It's going like this, but it's right in front of my webcam. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Oh, hold on. See it right there? I mean, there's still some spider out, so I guess it could be. Huh. Yeah, William? Let's check the other game cam, see if anything's popped up on it. That was 2 different webcams there. I've got 3 hits on this other game cam. Oh, I still got a no, that's a little small buck. Nice body, small rack. Okay, so not him. Just had a howl. One lonesome howl again. Um, Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. So the only thing odd is that spider web like thing. And that one deer, now this deer here. Now he's running from something. I got that deer there. He's a small guy. So yeah, the only thing weird is that web-like thing. Cox says I live on an old back road north of Elkland. Yeah, that's where I live, in this general area. Recommendations on what to do about something furry and loud that keeps killing my chickens and screeching like a Cox. Roxanne, put my email. You're not far from me, Cox. Roxanne, can you put my email up in chat? Cox, if you wouldn't mind, email me, please. I'll get with you. And yeah, we're pretty close. We're pretty close. My email is about to pop up here. Thank you, Roxanne. I appreciate you, sweetheart. When it pops up, Cox, hit me up on that email. Get with me. I'll get with you. If I can get a chance to swing by tomorrow, I'll swing by if you're going to be available. Let me take a look at what you got going on out there, bud. Because now you got me intrigued between that last report, what I've been seeing, and now what you're saying. I'm wondering if because honestly, that howl that I heard at 2:30 this morning was south of me, which be in your general direction. I live on an old back road north of Elkland. Any recommendations on what to do about something furry and loud that keeps killing my chickens and screeching like a banshee? That almost sounds Bigfootish. Yeah, email me if you wouldn't mind. Which I know there's a lot of Bigfoot in this area. I've been tracking Bigfoot in this area for 33 years. We also have dogmen in this area. Um, I heard what sounds like the Blair Witch. I've never seen that movie. I've heard everybody talk about it. I've seen small little clips. I've never seen that movie. On Table Rock Lake a couple months ago, they found a 19-inch track a few days later in the same. No kidding, Boone. Oh, good, Boone County. I'm sorry. I just realized you was in here. Hey, no kidding. Well, I mean, if memory serves me correctly, Boone County, Table Rock does reach into Boone County, which Boone County has got a lot of Bigfoot stuff going on, but I think there is actually a lot of witchcraft in that area too. Man, both you and Cox has got my brain working right now. My Eric, my buddy, was squirrel hunting today and found a blue balloon on top of it. Was it still really inflated, Jeff? Eric, did you BART box or EMF reduce your cameras on something other kind of hiding? What the hell is BART box? I don't know what BART box is or EMF on my cameras. My game cams don't. They're just regular game cams that go directly to my phone. Try to make sure I didn't miss any more comments here. There is, Roxanne, but something about Boone County. I can't remember if it's Boone County or There's another one down there that has a lot of witchcraft activity going on. No, no, that's what they're there for, Amy. That's what they're there for. Um, yeah, that's that. I put them up there so you guys can use them. Sadly, it doesn't show up on my end, so hopefully it shows up on the YouTube side. Um, I'm trying to think of something. I don't know if Cox is still in here. I was waiting to see him reply. Okay. I mean, yeah, because that makes me wonder if it's one or two things, Jeff. Did it just kind of lose some of its deflation and floated down, or did something grab it and tie it there? That's why I was wondering, Jeff. As far as, let me get back up here. When Cox comes, Cox, if you're still in chat, have you noticed any strange footprints in your area? And then for Boone County, see, so much of Bigfoot is had that same type of scream tied to him, and that's why I'm wondering if it ain't take natural surrounding like bark. No, 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 I haven't done that. Nope, it's just to a tree, oval shape with oh, interesting, very interesting. Oval shaped with three toes. Huh. Yeah, email me, buddy. I need to come out. If you don't mind, I need to come out and look what you got. Yes, see, Bounty, my game cams are strictly up for deer count and wildlife population management. So I don't hide them. I don't use them for Bigfoots. The only thing close to Bigfoots I've ever caught on game cam is where I've had a finger moving. You can see it, take a snap a picture of a finger like this on my game cam where it was moving my game cam. I have never, ever, 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 ever have caught a cryptid on a game cam. Person we know is supposed to see what he sees. Okay. Semi-tall, furry, basic a few months ago in the summer mainly, but slowed down. Haven't seen any recent besides a few scratches. Okay. Yeah, I need to, if you don't mind, I need to come out and see what you got going on. Three toes is, God, if that's three toes, that's going to fit with one of my theories, what I thought was going on. And that takes the werecat out of it. And if that's the case, it's something we don't want in this area. Huh. You got me thinking, bud. Cox, you got me thinking. Hey, Richard. I'm kind of curious where you are to relations of me, because that will explain with a lot of what I've got going on here. But the problem is that's still leading me back to Moon Valley. Yeah. Sorry, you got me thinking. You got something similar to that on your camera? Yeah, that's the only weird pick I got is, this time of month, spiders are pretty much hibernated. We've got a few that's out, but beans it's cooled back down. They went back into hiding. So I don't know why I'm going to have a freaking spider web in front of my game cam when it's only one picture. It's only one. There was 3 pictures sticking all together. That was the middle picture, and that was the only time I was in it. If you're good, Cox, email me. I'll meet up with you and doing a talk. If it's worth doing an investigation, I've got somebody I can call that can help me out. They're very much like me. We're not there. We don't. If you want to be private, we keep you private. We're not out to unalive something unless we necessarily have to. We want to gather information. So if you're good with all that, hit me up on email. I'll get with you. I'll come out. I'll do an interview with you. If I can record it, that'd be great. If you want to be off camera while I record it, I can respect that. It's just documentation. I like to document any of this because what I'm trying to do is tie things together. Thank you. Yeah. I'm very big on that. I'm very big at tying things together because not only do we figure out what we're dealing with, but we figure out how to, if we need to protect ourselves, to protect ourselves. What besides that, is anything else weird been going on in your area, Cock? I'm kind of curious. Oh, I forgot to fill up my water before I went live. Ooh, that's not going to be good. Yeah, I need to. Man, I'm wondering where you are in correlation with this report I got too. Okay. Yeah, I need. There's something going on. Yeah. Okay. 3 toes though. That's 3 toes throws up a big red flag for me. A very, very big red flag for me. One type I'm pretty sure we don't have here, especially this time of year. But the other type, yeah, Boone, yeah. I just didn't want to say it. But yes, that is exactly what I'm thinking of, which was one of my guesses of what this one report was. But the problem is it's so very rare to actually have an encounter with something with a tail that's a gugwe with a tail. No worries, you're fine. Yeah. Um, I just didn't want to put a name to it until I can find out if it actually had 3 toes or if it was missing something from an accident, being bitten off by a snapper, something like that. And I want to make sure that it was born with 3 toes, if that makes sense. And that's before I went that route, but that's where my mind was going. Yeah, on the first encounter, that wasn't the one that Cox is talking about, Boone. The first encounter, the one was human-like / ape-like with canines and a long tail. Okay, yeah, you let me know how that turns out, Jeff. I'm kind of curious on that because there has been a lot of reports of Bigfoot's doing that type of stuff. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. Now, could it? I mean, we got to play devil's advocate. I mean, we got to be fair on this, and it could be human related. So it's either it was floating around, and it finally that's where it landed. It was floating around, and the Bigfoot got a hold of it and tied it there, or it's just humans being humans. If it has claws at the end of the toes, that's yeah, Boone. But he his Cox's exact words was claw marks which has also got me concerned. Now, that could be bear. We do have bear around here. Well, we got cougars around here. So cougars, bears, or something along that nature. See, in this area here, it'd be coons, bears, dogmen, or some type of Bigfoot creature that would claw. I wonder if you can get a casting or good pic of the footprint, scan it to 3D program, and see if it's natural three toes. Or that's what I want to do, Bounty. I've got the casting material in my car. All my investigating gears in my car. I haven't took it out yet because I keep telling myself I'm just going to go ahead and do this investigation because I'm getting tired of waiting on this surgery. But at the same time, I keep telling myself, man, I can't get around. I've got this knee brace now, so I can actually move around a little bit better with some more. Yes, generally, Roxanne, yes. What did I miss? LiDAR, I believe it is called. Maybe what did I miss? I heard Duke talk about the Gugwe before. He is a scary fella. I don't know who that is, Amy. LiDAR County. That sounds familiar, though. Well, that's one of the reasons why I didn't really chalk up that one encounter to Gugwe is because it hissed at him like a cat and ran off in the woods, and has now brought an unalive deer to his porch and as like a peace offering, I guess, which really goes outside the realm of Gugwe. But people's been face to face with bears and never got et either. I don't know of any accounts of somebody's ran into Gugwe that survived besides some reports of Bigfoots coming in and helping them out against the Gugwe. Oh, I've never heard of that. That's interesting, Amy. Yeah, that's what I was saying too, Boone. It just with the report I got, not Cox, but with the report I got with what this guy, I mean, when this guy turned the corner and seen this creature next to his chicken coop, and the fact it's unalive chickens there, and now Cox is talking about his chickens too, depending on exactly where he's at in ratio with everything else going on. Even I've had some chickens come up, but I know some hawks has got a couple of mine. It doesn't explain all of them. It does explain a couple of them. I'm wondering if we got one entity running in the same area, which is not out of the realm of possibility. Yeah, yeah, Boone. Yeah, that's to me does not say Gugwe. It's just the three toes. That's interesting because that's going to be reptilian or that's going to be Gugwe, and it's a little cold in Missouri for reptilian. Um, Oops, it jumped past it. Give me 1 second, Jeff. I seen you talk. I've even found blue plastic wrap from our silage trenches shoved under bushes on the back of property. Yeah, yeah, they do like blue. They really do like blue. I've noticed that. It didn't have horns. Oh, what did I miss, Roxanne? Sorry, you must have said something and it shot past it. So look up Gugwe and read and listen to YouTube about Gugwe. Yeah. Garfield, my wife's baby came out dark and hairy. She says it's because big. I can't say that word. Um, there is reports across the world of this happening. A lot of Native Americans will tell you of this um, happening. Not saying that's what happened. Barely go. I barely go now. The Bigfoot I know told me to stay out of the woods. Roxanne's. Oh, I found a turquoise stone stuck in the dirt in a little cleared out one time when we were looking for tracks. Oh wow. No, no horns, Roxanne. No horns. Yeah, that's. I mean, somebody. I can't remember who it was. Somebody was talking about red, and I was like, man, I really haven't heard a lot about red. Now, blue, I've heard. I've heard a lot of stories. Something about blue. Turquoise has got a lot of magic and power to it. So if Bigfoot's messing with turquoise, I could see that being a possibility because they're going to know about that stuff. If we know about that stuff from our ancestors, Shiai Tonka knows about that stuff as well. I'm telling you now, you know. So, finding turquoise like that, if it wasn't human and it was Bigfoot related, I can absolutely see that being a possibility because they're going to know about the powers of turquoise just like our ancestors did. She's been telling me that since I was little, and I've always listened to her. Hell yeah, they do, Auntie. The bad thing about crystals is good for absorbing negative energy and holding positive energy. The problem with crystals is people don't cleanse them. So once it gets full of negative energy, it expels that energy. So everything it took in gets released at a I can't even say the word, at a very bad way. And that's a problem with crystals. It was turquoise in color. I don't know if it was actual turquoise. Oh, um, and it could be Boone. I mean, I don't know, but it's that color. I mean, it goes right back to that blue again. You know, blue is a very sacred, important color. Yeah, yeah, Bonte. I mean, you're right. But that's why, like my youngest was big into crystals, and I kept telling her, and that's wondering if that's why my sage is missing. He's like, honey, I'm not a real big fan of having crystals in the house because you don't know how to properly take care of. I know what I'm doing, Dad. You know how girls are, teenage girls are, and I'm wondering why if that's why my sage is missing. But I know she wasn't doing it right because of all the things that was happening. You didn't find a track later that day. Interesting. Jeff says, yeah, they definitely love blue. Yeah. Uh, I'm right by the charity church and M Highway down the back road. All I want to say until I. Yep, I know exactly where you are. I know that area very well. I know that area very, very well. Extremely well. I'm actually going to be doing a paranormal investigation at the charity schoolhouse. But with my injuries and stuff, I've not been able to get set up to do that yet. Jesus War used a vest with 12 crystals of 12 nations. They were different colors, yes, and they weren't just crystals; they were sapphires, rubies, and other stuff. But yes, Auntie, 12 nations were also used and staff made for of holy for energy healing. Yes, okay, yeah, Cox, I know that area extremely well. That area is along the Niagara River, which is well known for Bigfoot and Dogman. Erica just asked my buddy. It was actually flat and shoved halfway under the root ball. So yeah, that's going to be big. I would say that's either going to be human or Bigfoot. That makes sense. It's just so curious that it's the blue. I mean, that's what's weird about it, Jeff. Is that it's that color blue. Now, I'm not saying it's Bigfoot related, but it could be. That is something that happens. I mean, because it very well could be human as well. Oh, we're past the top of the hour. I've got to get some more water. Let's either one of my mods. It don't matter. Oh, Jeff, I need to email you the codes. I'm sorry. I just remembered I forgot to do that. Beans, I forgot that. Pop up my book stuff, and I'll be right back. If you like historical fictions, historical fiction, cryptid horrors, or sci-fi, this is the different style books that I write. You can go to Amazon.com/Arthur /ED Testerman, and you can find my author's fan page. Go over there, give me a follow. Anytime I release them, you can find all my books there. Get quick access to them. You'll get notified when I have a new book release. And if you rate and comment my books, that helps me get them out there further. I am almost done with Reign of the Draugr, Dawn of Armageddon, which will be my cryptid horror that takes place in St. Joe, Missouri. My best selling right now is Beast of the Ozarks First Kill, which takes place in Shellnut, Missouri. So if you would, if you like this style books, go over there to Amazon.com/author /ED Testament, follow my fan page, and buy my books. Let me get caught up in a chat here. Royal blue is my Bigfoot's favorite color. Heck yeah. I mean, it's blue's a popular color. Okay. Okay, I'm caught up on the comments. Thanks, guys. I did. It was actually good timing to do that book commercial because I was like, oh, I got to run and get me some water. I've been busting out. I mean, I'm hurting bad from it, but I've been busting my butt today. Trying to get house cleaning done, or working on it. Left a simple review to follow Eric. It's easy to do. Thanks, Jonaside. You know what's sad is I tried to read them reviews and it won't let me read them. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Yeah. I look at Amazon and go, hey, Can I get a, oh, yeah, and let me follow this and read this stuff? No. So I ain't figured out the trick to it yet, but by golly, George, we'll get her done did one day. But no, I mean this is some interesting stuff. Waiting on my meds to kick in. Forgot to take them. Oh no, Don, you gonna be okay, man? Means you forgot to take them. I hope you're gonna be okay. Yeah, that's important. Yeah, I need to pop another pain med. It's just this is one of the few days this last 6 7 months that I've been able since I've been hurt that I've been able to get up and do a lot of work besides having to do other stuff that took precedence. So I was trying to get some house cleaning done, cleaned up after my daughter. I love her to death, but my God, she left my house in a mess. Blue is also a preferred color for most extraterrestrials. Ramirez has taught me a few things about them. I've heard scuttlebutt about that, Amy, but I've not ever really seen anything conclusive, but I wouldn't doubt it. Damn, dude, you need to quit being sprayed by skunks. Yeah, I love that dog, though. He's a pain in my butt. But yeah, it's one of those deals. Yeah, I can't wait to hear from you guys. So I mean that'd be another thing to do. I gotta get with that gentleman that owns the charity schoolhouse because he's already said I can go out and investigate. I just been busier and hiccup and haven't been able to get a hold of him. So I'm actually so there's a couple things I wouldn't mind getting in the near future for when I go out and do these investigations. Is either a get a sprinter van. That way I can have a power source and a field office to have my computer screens when I got my cameras and stuff out, or be able to get a camper that I can do that with. That's a couple of my futuristic purchases and things I'm wanting to do. Uh, but yeah, so I'm always trying to figure out how to make the field operations on investigations easier. They ain't no kidding, Don. He's black lab and pit mixed, but I swear to I swear to God, he has got to have pit in him somewhere because he's got the mentality of a daggone pit bull for being a lab and bird dog. Eric, my cat, is doing it again to the screen. Here, kitty, 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 mama. I'm actually on the phone talking to my buddy now about the balloon. Yeah, man, that's cool, Jeff. John Ramirez also talks about it on his Area 52 interview with Chris Ramsey. So he also told the pub. Oops, hold on 1 second. Oh, dude, come on. About it as well. That's cool, Amy. Like I said, I personally don't know, so I'd have to take his word for it. I really don't know. I'm actually. Oh wait, never mind. Okay. Hey, Unreal. I thought I'd seen somebody pop in I didn't recognize. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, this is really cool. With my experiences I've had out in my location, Cox with his, and in this report on this other gentleman's, really has got me wondering. Yes, well, I mean, just ain't me. My Roddy's too smart for his own good. Oh man, yeah, man, Boar. I love this dog to death. I do. He's a knucklehead. I mean, he is a straight knucklehead. But I miss having pit bulls. I love pit bulls. One of my favorite combination dog is black lab and pit mixed. I just something about a lab and pit mixed, man. I just love that combination in a dog. He's not any of those, but by God, he acts like one. And the pit bulls are one of my favorite dogs. They're the most stubborn and hard headedest dog in the world to freaking train. All right, Jeff. I'm dyslexic and I get things wrong, Amy, but I'm also hyperactive. What is going on with the Chiefs being moved again? Man, I be honest with you, unreal. I'm sick and tired of NFL. The NFL has pissed me off so bad. I have found UFL, and I think next year I want to start watching UFL because it's old school smash mouth football. And the St. Louis Battlehawks is one of the best teams in the NFL. So I think I'm going to start following UFL, and I'm just giving up on the NFL. All the politics and everything involved in the NFL, I'm sick of it. I'm done. And I've been a Kansas City Chiefs fan my whole life. I've got mixed emotions about them moving. I get it, but it's also kind of stupid and dumb at the same time. But it is what it is. I mean, I ain't got a dog in that fight. Let me know what happens on that, Jeff. Our 165-pound Roddy is our taco dog protector. Oh, man. Did you know that pit bulls were originally bred to be a nanny breed for humans? Yes. People don't realize poodles were actually war dogs. Poodles were used in war. Their furs protected them. Their big old thick curly hair, that's what protected them. They were actually a war dog. Pit bulls are the best family dog a person can get. They're the most loyal and protective. Yeah, yeah, it is. I mean, I got mixed feelings about it. I get why they're doing it. At the same time, it's like, you guys got enough money, dude. Yes, Auntie. Yes, yes, yes. But I'm really liking this UFL. I've never seen a UFL game. I was watching highlights on it on ScrewTube, and don't trust a pit. I do. I trust pit bulls with my life. I've had lots of pit bulls. They are the absolute very best dogs I've ever known. I've even had them straight from the fighting pits. As long as you showed them love, they're the most loyal and protective dogs. Yeah, those are good too, Unreal. Yeah. Yeah, those are real. I mean, Germans and Dobermans are really good too. I love pit bulls. You know, I miss my pit. I'd like to know what happened to him, but everything happens for a reason, I guess. I didn't know that, Auntie. I just know they were war dogs. Uh, well, there can be, Don, and you have to be careful on that. Yes, you're right about that, Don. But that's with any breed. That's not just pits, though. My Unreal says my dad has an American pit, which is mixed. Let me wait for it to pop up here. There he goes. Mixed pot and other, unless it's mistaken, big heavy dog. Yeah, they are. They boxers are another cool one. Unreal, absolutely. Snow is my late mom's dog. Um, oh, did she, Amy? Heck yeah. You can't lump every dog in a breed into the same dangerous category because it absolutely depends on the humans. Yeah, believe it or not, there's more human attacks from a Rottweiler and a Chihuahua and a Chow combined, or just individually, than there is all the pit bulls combined. There's more attacks on humans by Rotties. There's more attacks by humans by Chows, and there's more attacks on humans by Chihuahuas than there is pit bulls. Pit bulls just get the bad rap for it. Joe's like, yeah. Chihuahuas has got that Napoleon complex. He's a little big dog. Dingoes are good dogs. They're just wild Australian dogs. Dingoes are good dogs. I think I heard that. I wasn't for sure on that one, Jonaside, but I thought I've heard that before. That too, Boone. So I've had more Chihuahuas either bite me or almost bite me than any other breed out there. Oh, bastards. I like them, though. Tortilla Taco Bell, Holmes. Maybe the dingo likes your birthday. You know, of course, the rat dog over here, yeah, he's all good and faithful till there's something in the woods he don't like, and he leaves me hanging, and I'm trying to figure out where he's at. Right when I'm finding a bunch of Bigfoot evidence, a little turd goes out and hides in the field and won't come in. He just runs along the field. I can't see you, but I can hear you. I guess you're okay. I'm not coming in. Screw you. You're by yourself, homie. Plus, you can take an abused, bitten, broken dog and help them. Yeah, you can. Oh God, yeah, they're most fierce, loyal protectors you'll ever find when you find them that way. If you can get them to heal. Dingoes, there is dingoes in America. People have brought them over. They're not natural, just people brought them over and have them for pets. Was every bit was by a Chihuahua. Yeah, I know, man. Mine doesn't. He's a sweetheart, but his first Chihuahua he takes to bear for. That is what I've read on the news feeds. Pits are number one. Yeah, that's horse shit. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Don. Yeah. No, it's just the newest thing. You got to think that every breed has the exact same thing happen to them that's happening to pits right now. This is my theory, my opinion, my hypothesis. I'm not saying this is fact. This is not the opinion of the Bizarre and the Unknown channel. A reason why I think they're trying to demonize pit bulls because they know they can't come into our home without getting their faces ripped off by people that own pit bulls because that's how loyal they are to their masters. Take that how you want. That's just my opinion. That is why they're trying to demonize pit bulls because they know how fierce they'll defend their homes and their masters, and then they can't invade your home illegally if you got a pit bull. Yeah, you're right, Jonaside. You're absolutely right. What is something I've got a pop quiz for those that have been following me for a while. What is something that me and William Nighthawk is always saying? What do humans have the biggest thing in doing which causes something to happen? I'm kind of curious. Auntie. Spell check's not working for Auntie today. Eric, it was like a cartoon. I was slowly reaching out to pet this guy, and right when I got close, chomp. Oh man. Me and Williams always say, Amy got it. Amy, thank you. Amy is correct. Fear. Man is always causing fear where there's no fear. When you demonize something and you cause fear into people's heart, people will fear that thing without using common sense. But you're right too, Roxanne. But Amy got it. It's fear. Humans are bad at causing fear where there's no fear. So if they want to invade your homes illegally and they know that pit bulls are going to defend that home to their dying breath, create a fear. That's what humans do. And humans, instead of doing their own research, they go, yeah, you're full of crap, is, hey, these things are evil. Ah, there's the fear. You do. I'll give you props, Amy. You did. Spiders. Can't have spiders. Fear spiders. Why does there have to be spiders? Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's right, William. Yeah, buddy. You're right, man. Yeah. But we do. I mean, you think about it. Like I said, my theory on pets can be completely wrong. And just to me, that's what makes sense. Me watching what I've watched, heard what I've heard, that's what fits the bill. Yeah. Yeah, Boondock. Yeah, Corey, you're right. Everyone experiences fear. The key is learning to control it. And, in the Marines, we're taught fear is your ally. Take your fear that you have and turn that into your ally and turn your enemy's fear into your advantage. Fear is your closest ally in combat. And we're taught that all the time. Auntie says, I'm driving, so I'm using talk to text. Oh God, talk to text, don't speak, hillbilly. That thing hates me. Oh, Eric, I should have listened to my instincts like I usually do. All the signs were there. He was still quiet. Eyes were crazy looking, but I still wanted to. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? I can so see it, unreal. There is value in fear. There absolutely is. Hey, Larry, how's it going, buddy? Expose yourself in a controlled environment and gain control over your fears. Yeah. And then, of course, Unreal sitting there's like, I'm going to pet that dog. Can I get a, oh, yeah? And I'm going to pet that dog. And that dog goes, I'm missing a finger. And Chihuahua had a burrito. Oh, man. Yeah, it's. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Unreal, but I'm picturing all this in my head right now. Oh God. I can't say nothing either because I was like, man, I really want to pet that dog. And it was a teethy experience. Oh God. I can see Maine doing that. Oh, fear has no value to humanity except lessons to learn, lowers your vibration, and opens up the doorway to evil. Absolutely. Turn fear into your ally. Turn it into your greatest weapon. Turn it against your enemy, make it their greatest enemy. Is fear. Another question for you guys then: what is the greatest tool used to um, implant mind control and keep that mind control? If if I'm mauled by a bear, the last words is, "Who's that fuzzy wuzzy?" No kidding, genocide. Uh, he bit through my finger to the bone. It seemed. Glad. I'm glad I was pretty young and dumb around then. Around 11. Oh yeah, unreal. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Exactly, William. But I want to know what is the one thing you can use to implement mind control and keep that control over the mass. What is the one thing? The one thing that you can use. And it's doing whatever that is. Oh yeah. And it's doing whatever it is. Man, I haven't got an answer yet. Not sound, Amy. Nope. Power of suggestion. That's not how you implement it, but that's how one of the ways you sustain it. It's fear. Fear is what you use to implement mind control. Once mind control is implemented, you got power suggesting using that fear, which creates that in humanity and allows them to control you more. It's all done by fear. Oh, thank you. Yes, Roxanne, thank you. If you can turn yourself into a bolt of lightning, I would be scared of you. Hell yeah. But I'm serious. When any time that we like when we was doing missions and we was out searching for a target, we caused fear. We caused fear amongst the people we were investigating that would lead us to our target. With that fear, it spreads, and eventually that fear spreads to your target, which causes that target to be afraid, which causes him to mess up. When he causes him to mess up, he does what we want him to do, and he falls right into our hands. Fear. Fear is your greatest weapon, your greatest ally. And fear is what you use to the most easiest, what you use to make it the easiest way to control somebody's mind. Fear. That's how powerful fear is, folks. That is, honestly, that is how powerful fear is. Why do you think demons use it? Demons manifest themselves in the thing that you fear the most, that they can feed off your fear, and that fear gives them power. Once again, fear. Fear isn't the only way, just the most used. Yeah, it is the most used, but it's also the easiest way. Fear is the easiest way to gain control of somebody's mind. Oh, fear. I always feel like I'm broken because a lot of people are afraid of things. I would just walk up to it. Oh, yeah, Bounty. That's honestly causing fear on our targets. What made them so easy for us to hunt them. That's fear. Look, prime example. What year was that when War of the Worlds came out on radio? Look at the mass hysteria that caused. It wasn't real, but it was fear. Fear caused that mass hysteria. I sometimes think the fear I experienced with dogmen at first, way back when I was 5, was broken by the child's inspiration that children have. Could be unreal. Oh, Amy, thank you. You're awesome. I'm going to have to pop this up. I know it's going to jack with my chat, but thank you so much, Amy. You're awesome. Shiba dog wearing samurai armor, riding. You're amazing in the air with sparklers. I love that. Thank you so much. You're badass. But and so so that begs a question: is fear what cryptids use to keep themselves hidden from us? It will probably kill me someday, but we aren't supposed to be afraid. Why waste the time on that feeling? I get that, Bounty. Yeah. You will only help it will only help with a quarter of an alternator, but I hope it does. I mean, I won't get it till anything until the 21st, but it does help. I appreciate that. That's the bad thing about YouTube. They only pay on the 21st of the month. But no, it does. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's that took a chunk. Old fluffy guys trying to keep from getting in trouble, and I had to bite into some money they're supposed to keep me from getting in trouble to get an alternator. It hurt. So no, I appreciate it. But we're getting. Oh, we still got 20 minutes. I didn't see. It didn't show me the sticker, so I didn't get to see it. So I was like, "Oh, I wonder if I could see it later on." But that's the bad thing about the streaming site is I don't get to see the stickers. I think I have. No, I may not. I was thinking I had super uh, stickers made. When I say inspiration, I'm not sure if it's exactly the right word. Enthusiasm and exception of something new to know that would be fun is part of it when I thought that the eyes dimmed. Yeah. I mean, look how many times William and I talk about, red eyes, difference between red eyes and red reflective eyes, and wonder why they do that. That's just how they take 33% and then they pay you on the 21st of every month. Yeah. So whatever I make during that monthly time frame between the 21st and the 21st, they take 33% and then I get the rest. That's how YouTube does it. Um, but when we're dealing with demonic things, evil things, evil supernatural things, demonic, however it is that you classify it as, it I can't log into my PayPal, so no worries, Amy. No, all good. You're fine, sweetie. Thank you though. It's still good. They are. Yeah, they are, Amy. Yeah. Um, but they cause that fear. So a lot of this stuff that never existed before that we're starting to see now out there in the supernatural and cryptid world, they're always talking about red glowing eyes. Not red reflective eyes. I'm talking about the red glowing eyes side of it. And I think that's a common misunderstanding. I think a lot of stuff is probably red reflective eyes that they're calling red glowing eyes because they don't know the difference. And it's fear. Fear in that time causes you to not think right. So your mind automatically goes, its eyes are glowing red when it's not actually glowing red. They're just reflective from the light. So those type of things feed off of fear. So they're going to manifest in a way that they know that's going to be, you're going to be afraid of them. They're going to feed off of that. And I think that's where a lot of this stuff is coming out. It's not really, this is what this creature is. It's fear. It's something evil. Eyes bright with the volatility calmed down from the bright orange to its normal looking like a storm that suddenly went away. Yeah. And YouTube is too cheap to take us out to McDonald's before they screw the. Yeah. Well, yeah. At least kiss me on the neck. Give me a reach around, something. Ah, dang. You just came out in the back like it was nothing. That's the way it feels like sometimes. By God, I may not be a princess, but I want to be treated like one. Kiss me on the back of the neck before you did or something. Sorry, guys. Bill, old Marine Billy coming out there. That's what it feels like sometimes, though. But, yeah, that's where I make my money. So, I mean, that's why I got to use it. Corey. That's true. I'm sorry. If you're a content creator, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. I may be a desert queen. I may not be a queen, but my God, I'm a desert queen. Give me a kiss on the back of the neck and tell me I'm pretty. Something. Hey, Moon at Noon, how's it going? For those of you who don't know what desert queen is, that's a military term from when we was in the desert. Women that you normally wouldn't date in the rear with a gear, you date in the desert, and they're called desert queens. So if you hear a military guy saying desert queen, that's what he's saying. I'm telling you, I'm not dateable out in the real world, but I am dateable in that desert. Kiss me on the back of the neck and tell me I'm pretty. But and this is the type of stuff that we deal with, and as investigators and researchers and content creators, we have to look at all these different avenues and realize what's really out there. And so that's why I stress on things so much. I mean, not every single giant is a Nephilim. That's the Jewish word for giant. That's not every single one of them are Nephilim. That's just what they were called. It wasn't the fallen that breeded with the women of earth. It was the watchers that did. And that new theory that I put out a week or so ago, Good God, I haven't heard that in years. Yeah, man. But am I wrong? Am I wrong though, William? um, but we got to get things right. And that new theory that I put out a couple weeks ago that happened to me, and I don't know why I never thought of this before, but when Lilith, first Eve, Adam's first wife, went to Lucifer as a son-headed dragon after he was casted down from heaven, she went to him and said, "Can you bring back the Nephilim of old?" Well, if there was Nephilim before Lucifer fell and 1/3 of the angels, that tells me they fell after the flood. We know the flood was brought in to destroy the giants, okay? So if the giants the Nephilim were destroyed from the flood, and she's going to Lucifer saying, "Can you bring back the Nephilim of old?" That would tell me in pretext that the Lucifer and 1/3 of the angels fell after the flood. I could be completely wrong, folks. And yes, thank you. Entertainment purposes only, William. Thank you, bro. Um, that would make sense. I don't know. That's just a theory that I thought of that I'm paying Apple Pay. I don't know if I got Apple Pay. 30% is ridiculous. I wish I had your phone number. You set up Apple Pay and you can get it right away. Maybe you can do that, my friend. And we'll see. Yeah, I don't know if I got Apple Pay or not. I don't know much about that. I don't think I've ever used that. But that's where my mind goes. So when I read this stuff, and you guys know me, I read from the Torah, and I read from the King James, because there's more in the Torah than there is the King James. The Torah's passage could be this long, where the King James passage could be this long. So you got to read it all. When the fear changed the enthusiasm is when that crazy brightness left its eyes. Expression of emptiness was what seemed to remain, yet it seemed to consider my thoughts. That's actually really interesting, Unreal. Welcome back, Moon. Yes, thank you, Auntie, for entertainment purposes only. Yeah. I mean, that's something to think about, bud. Absolutely. Careful. Remember, Adam found out that Apple paid tragically. Yeah, that's a good point, William, for entertainment dolphins. But yeah, it's, hey, I like Apple products, but even I can admit it's kind of interesting that their logo is an apple with a bite taken out of it, and that's what caused mankind to descend. If you believe in that route, that's not the route that I believe. I believe Adam and Eve were a different type of humanoid. I don't believe they're the first one, and it's clear in the passage of the Bible when it says when Cain was cast out, he went to the city to find a wife. So there's obviously humans before Adam and Eve. Now, I've had preachers tell me that, that was all the brothers or all the children that Adam and Eve created. So you're telling me that God promotes incest. So this is the type of things that goes through my head when I'm reading this stuff. You get sent to your phone, Eric, and Apple designates a credit card that you and they deposit it in your bank immediately, or you can just pay it with your phone. Oh, I'll look into it. I've never heard of it. But yeah, I've heard of it. I've just never used it. I'll have to look into it. I've got an Apple phone. I just honestly, that part of it, I've got my PayPal hooked up to it, and my bank card. That's about what I got hooked up. Adam was said to be almost 16 to 20 foot tall. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard about 40 in height was about the height of him. They found that the cubic was completely wrong, which would put Adam and Eve on the north end of 30 to 40 feet. Yeah, I've heard that. William. Yeah. I was way too trusting, thinking all the people are good. Those aren't just, yeah. We have to be careful, man. The way I look, oh, I just lost it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, it ain't popped up on this side. Okay, that's why. There it goes. The way I look at it, I don't care about the how anymore. Instead, I care about what's meant to be mates, partners, loved ones. Yeah. Well, I mean, think of it this way. There's that old adage. I mean, there's a reason why man and woman was created, and the reason why we can only breed together, and man can't breed man, and woman can't breed woman. Only man can breed woman, and that's because we fit together. And which goes to a certain adage that says, "When two halves come together to make a whole." Well, you can't make a whole unless the right parts fit the right parts. And that's how man and woman was created. So when we come together, if we're two halves coming together to make a whole, we're not complete until we find that one love of our life. And we're meant to be together. You literally are two halves coming to make together to make one being. It's not this old adage, happy wife, happy life. That's wrong. That is mind manipulation at its finest. You should be happy together. You should do things together. You are two halves coming together to make a whole. Yeah. Yeah. That's true, Amy. Um, okay. I'll look into it, Amy. Adam and Eve were the first Homo sapiens, not the first humans. The ones we call aliens are the other 11 tribes. Some are still exist. I've heard that, Moon. Yeah. I mean, look at one of the first upright hominids was Homo erectus. I mean, it's fossil records prove it. Weird how the oxygen level on Earth back then was 33%. Yeah. No worries, Jeff. You're good, buddy. Yeah, happy spouse, happy house. That is all mind control stuff to get you away from the nuclear family. And that's wrong. That is so wrong. That's wrong biblically, and that's just wrong, period, physically. You should be together. You should make each other happy because you each make one person. Thank you, Amy. You're awesome. You are awesome, Amy. So okay, Amy, good. Um and that's something that I try to teach. I've tried to teach my kids. I was like, look, look who's back, back again. Look who's back, look who's back, look who's back. Nah, 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 nah. Larry's back. Welcome back, Larry. Um, oh, we were talking about different things about fear, how fear controls mind manipulation, and how supernatural things, possibly cryptids, use it to hide. That's kind of the stuff we were talking about. I'm on the cloud nine and I'm in seventh heaven programming things. um, so, I mean, that's something to consider. And if you think about it, I don't think that's just for humans. Look at animals, look at cryptids, look at all this stuff. Oh, thank you, Moon. Let me find that. Oh, it didn't pop up yours. It just popped up on stream. There. Okay. Well, I'm still going to pop it up there, even though it popped up yours and StreamYard did. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Moon. You're awesome. I appreciate you so much. That is awesome. You guys make his old hillbilly feel good. Created a monster. Why does it keep doing that? It's stupid. See, there it goes. I pop something up and messes with my chat. Yes, I created a monster. You did, Larry, didn't you? That's awesome. Happy New Year to you too, buddy. Well, it's the oldest Bible you've read, Eric. So I've read part of the Ethiopian Bible. So that's actually a very interesting topic there, Auntie. You talking about the Bible as in we know of the Bible, or the Bible in its entirety? I'll get you to answer that one first, then I can give you a better guess. Because a lot of people don't know this pure, unadulterated fact about the Bible that we know of. I just feel thankful for having an Eve, no matter the stories, the first ones. Yeah, we both are responsible mutually. Yeah, exactly. No matter who ate the apple or what, as long as we grow up happy. Yes, yes, unreal, absolutely. Um, so, Auntie, the more modern your Bible is, the more lies you hold. Well, that's what I was trying to get at. See, the Hebrews, they came from ancient Samaria. If you read the Old Testament and you read ancient Sumerian, it's identical. The names may be a slight difference, but everything else is identical. So, in all actuality, ancient Sumerian is the first of the Bibles. And then the New Testament, which is come takes place after Christ came to Earth and became human. That is where the New Testament comes from. So that's a part of it as well. But then you got to go into the Torah, which the Torah is what's in the Torah is actually in the Ethiopian Bible. It's in the King James Bible. It's in all the other Bibles. So, in an essence, the Torah, which is what I read from, is the second oldest one. But the most complete and the most accurate would be the Ethiopian, which I've only read a small portion of that. Torin, yeah. You don't believe what I said? Look into King. Yeah, Eve was God's most beautiful creation. It shows her. Shows him. So you talking about first Eve or second Eve, Moon? First Eve was Lilith. She was created from the earth, the same as Adam. When she rebelled and refused to go back to the Garden of Eden to be with Adam like she was supposed to, that's when she was cursed. And then she became the succubus, the first vampire. Then you got second Eve, which is where God put Adam to sleep and from his rib created Eve. That's second Eve. So are you talking about first Eve or are you talking about second Eve? One that is my husband's from his church that is normal size. Oh, cool, Amy. Okay, so you're talking about second Eve. Okay. Yeah. Second Eve was created from the rib of Adam. First Eve, which is known as Lilith now, was created from the earth, the same as Adam. Every single time we have a chat, I wish we could put pictures in here so I could show you all things and I could see your things. I wish I could see it. Yeah. Yeah. I've thought that I don't know how many times, Auntie. Yeah, that would be cool. Hey, we're getting close to DA show. We're getting ready to hit that 2 hour mark. Sorry, I got busy with cleaning the living room and shampooing carpets, so I've not had a chance to get tomorrow's topic ready yet. I'm going to do some finishing up in there. It's probably going to be another late night. While I'm doing that, I'm going to try to come up with tomorrow's topic. I just, before the show started, finished chapter 17. So my I and YAR readers, keep an eye out on Patreon and your emails. And once I get done doing the first edit on that, I will be mailing that out. So that's pretty much what I got going on. William, with William being sick, I don't know if he's going to have a show tomorrow. If you're in chat still, William, let me know. But Jonas side, I don't know what tomorrow's topic's going to be yet. I'll have to come up with one. I was supposed to do it earlier, and then I got sidetracked with the squirrel motion and commenced to shampooing carpets. See everyone later. If my voice returns, depends on tomorrow. Okay. Thanks, William. Because also we could need a greater need so many angels to watch over two people that don't have the one to multiply. Yeah, there you go. I mean, yeah, I've really considered that. That's actually a good thought right there, Bounty. So as always, thank you for everybody sharing. Unreal. Jeff, Cox. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Who else shared? If I forgot your name, I apologize. I know there was somebody else that shared. Huh. Anyways, I apologize. But thank you everybody for sharing. I love hearing these encounters. Hope you guys. I'm really interested in what's going on with that report with Cox had and what I had coming together because I'm wanting to see if things tie together. So until tomorrow, everybody, peace, love, and blessings to y'all. Give a shout out to um, my mods, Roxanne, William, Corey, Jeff. I thank you guys so much. Make sure you go and watch DA's show in 3 minutes, and in about an hour and 3 minutes, watch Jessica's show. Let them know I said hi. Show them some love. From my old subscribers to my new ones, appreciate you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. So, Eve was created from Adam and touched of God. Yeah, that was second Eve. She was given what Adam was missing, curiosity. That's what planned were for this. Yeah, that's second. Hey, Monica, how's it going? No worries. It's okay. You've had some good pictures coming up on Facebook, Monica, but it's still good to see you guys. So until tomorrow, everybody, once again, peace, love, and blessings to you all, and I'll see you later. Bye.